Hey, what's up guys? JD Venom here, part of Venom Nation Wrestling, and this is my Smackdown live review for today, September 6, 2016, and tonight's show was a very, once again, uneventful Smackdown, and this week in WWE has been dreadful. But if I have to give something like a show that's better this week between Raw or SmackDown, regretfully I will say SmackDown, only because of one major thing tonight, which we're going to be getting to here in a moment. But if you guys are new around here, definitely leave me a thumbs up if you do like this review here. If you want to hear from me daily here on my channel, I do wrestling news and rumors on my channel every day, well, with the exception of Mondays and Tuesdays, but Wednesdays through Sundays, you'll be hearing the latest wrestling news and rumors in the world of professional wrestling, and also be sure to follow me on Twitter, and like my Facebook page, where both those links are down below, so you can stay up to date with these videos, and tell your friends and family to come and join the JD Venom Nation here on YouTube, the Venom Nation Wrestling here on YouTube, rather. And let's get into this here. This may be a very short review, guys. It may seem like I'm rushing through this review, but there's nothing really to talk about tonight, with the exception of a couple things. There's like two or three things that that's actually worth talking about tonight. But outside of that, nothing really much to talk about at all. We up tonight with Daniel Bryan in the ring. And pretty much he announces, you know, the six-pack championship match for the women's championship with, you know, with the six women's wrestlers of Becky Lynch, Alexa Bliss, Alexa. I said Alyssa last week. Alexa. I need to practice that. Alexa Bliss, Natalya, Carmella, I believe I said, no, I said Becky Lynch, Nikki Bella, and Naomi, so those are going to be the six that's going to be in this match. And pretty much this segment here was really nothing much to talk about. You know, it's just to get their point across for this match here at Backlash. And by the way, guys, this is the go-home show to our very first ever brand split pay-per-view of this new era. The very first go-home show to a brand split pay-per-view in the new era, and it wasn't good. It was not good at all, the show overall. But like I said, there's some good things happening. But pretty much, long story short, pretty much, you know, Becky Lynch was getting threatened by Natalya, Carmella, and Alexa Bliss. Then you see Naomi come out to the ring. Then you see Nikki Bella comes out to the ring. Nikki gets cheap shot by Carmella. And pretty much, Becky and Naomi clears the ring out of everybody else, of Bliss and Natalya. And pretty much that was the end of our first segment of Carmella cheap shotting Nikki Bella for that match there. Not even all six women were out there. At first, it was only 4 women. Then you have Naomi and oh my guys, I'm so damn tired, guys. And Nikki Bella come out to the ring and to help out Becky Lynch, which was kind of bizarre. They should just have all 6 out there. They're gonna have all 6 out there. So after that, we have our first match of the night of the Miz and Apollo Crews. Before that match actually began, Dan Bryan was backstage talking to Shane when the Miz comes up and with Maurice. And they say he's still not happy about facing Dolph Ziggler at Backlash. Bryan pretty much says that he can hand over the title if he doesn't like the match. So, of course, Miz doesn't hand over the title. So, we have our match versus The Miz and Apollo Crews. Match overall was pretty decent. Dolph Ziggler was out there on commentary. Pretty much the way that this match ends is that The Miz was talking trash to Ziggler on the outside. Ziggler hits him, slaps him. Crews, you know, comes back out to the floor. He pushes Miz into Dolph Ziggler, and seeing Ziggler to the floor, Miz sends Crews into the to the ring post and hits pretty much hits Apollo Crews with a skull crusher for the win. So again, Apollo Crews loses here tonight, and you know what, when this guy came up, there was many that I was talking about, including myself, that this guy has potential of being the first ever black WWE champion. And now, just within how many months has he been on the main roster now? You know, about nearly 5 months being on the main roster. They are further away from Apollo Crews. They just ruined his potential. And it's quite disappointing that WWE does this to NXT, to some of these NXT stars, especially to black stars as well. You know, I mean, I was like, oh, JD, he's black too, like you. Why are you saying that? Well, because in the history of WWE, there's never been a black WWE World Heavyweight Champion. Has not been one. Not one. I don't want to count that fucking bullshit for the World Heavyweight Championship that Mark Henry has won. That doesn't fucking count to me. I'm talking about the WWE Championship. I'm not talking about the World Heavyweight Championship. The one that Triple H brought in, the gold belt, which that is a very prominent belt, but there has been some black athletes that have won that before, in Ron Simmons, and also in Mark Henry. But now, no, the WWE Championship is the championship. It is the #1 title in the company. And this is this is the first person in years that I legitimately thought that this guy could win the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. And they are failing Apollo Crews. They are failing Apollo Crews. I know most likely what it is possibly because of his mic skills. Is damn not sure for his ring work. Is damn not sure for his look. He has a tremendous look. He has that smile that lights up the crowd. But whatever reason, WWE, they do not believe in Apollo Crews as of right now, at least. But Miz wins, and we go on to our next segment, which was a Bray Wyatt segment, talking about Randy Orton. And let me just say this: you see one Bray Wyatt promo, you see it all. Nothing special to hold on here with this Bray Wyatt promo at all. Nothing at all to hold special about this. He just basically says that, you know, that Randy Orton is no longer the great Predator as he once was, and you know, Wyatt goes on that saying that he's the Predator, and you know, Randy Orton becomes a prey back. It's just a simple Bray Wyatt promo. Nothing to write home about this. After that, we see a 6-woman tag team match between Nikki Bella, Naomi, and Becky Lynch versus Alexa Bliss, Carmella, and Natalya. Overall, this match didn't really do much for me. It was alright. It wasn't like fantastic, great, but it didn't really do too much for me. And pretty much the way that this match ends is that you see Naomi take out Natalya. Bliss takes out Naomi. Bliss goes to work on Nikki. But Becky actually spears Nikki onto the floor, and Carmella applies the Code of Silence. The Code of Silence. What a horrible name. The Code of Silence to Nikki Bella for the win. And when you think Code of Silence, you're probably thinking it's a like a regular move, like a slam or a kick or something. No, it's a submission move, and the submission move I actually for a woman is good. I wouldn't really believe it for a man, but for a woman, it's good. It's kind of like a leg choke, pretty much. But yeah, I thought it was okay. I think the submission's okay, but overall itself, the name, I think they should change the name of the actual finisher itself. And if you're wondering why I'm drinking a lot of water, guys, is because that I've been low on fluids lately, and I've been very, very tired, getting a lot of headaches. So I need to start drinking more water, as you can see, to get rid of those headaches I've been having as of late. I have not been drinking a lot of water, as most of us should. So, nevertheless, back to the point at hand. Carmella, Alexa Bliss, and Natalya wins. And prediction, probably for that match at Backlash, I see 3 women win this. I see Carmella, I see Nikki Bella, I see Becky Lynch. Those are the 3 I will see that definitely will be able to win the championship at Backlash. Then after this, we get into our shock of the night, possibly one of the shocks of the year in WWE. We have the Usos versus American Alpha, and the Usos, who has been on this roll as the top tag team in the company. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. The New Day is up there too. They are the top tag team in the company. But I'm talking about collectively over 2-3 years. The Usos have been that team in WWE. Even though the New Day is way more over than the Usos have ever been, times 7. You know what I mean? The Usos have been collectively over a long stretch the tag team of the WWE of a 3-4 year stretch. Now, in this match itself, American Alpha comes out, the Usos come out, they're in the ring, they shake each other's hands at the beginning of the match. The bell rings, match is underway. The Usos attack from the American Alpha from behind with a double team. But the match ends quickly with a grand amplitude from American Alpha. And American Alpha is going to the finals. This match lasted about 20-25 seconds, if that. And as soon as that happened, I was like, well, the Usos, they're going to have to turn heel here, because there's no way that you be a clean babyface tag team, lose like that, and not show frustration after that match. And sure enough, the Usos complete heel turn. After the match, you see Gable and Jordan, actually, they're pointing at the tag team titles at ringside, and you see the Usos are gonna go shake hands, and pretty much the Usos turn on them, and they beat the holy hell out of them. They pretty much destroyed American Alpha, injuring Chad Gable's leg, and pretty much the Usos do a splash from the top rope, going onto Chad Gable's leg, which was I'm gonna say one of the most shocking things from 2016, because I knew the Usos were gonna have to turn heel eventually, but I didn't know it was gonna be that abrupt like that. Which I have no problem with. I have no problem with whatsoever. And the Usos needed this. They need this for a while. They need a heel turn for a long time. They have not been heel since. They've probably been face for the past 4 years. About 3 years, 4 years that the Usos have been face. So it's good for them to get a heel turn here. Now, a lot of these people here in wrestling, or, wrestling fans and whatnot, you guys are going to be fucking hypocrites, because you guys are booing the Usos. Y'all were booing the Usos, and I'm a fan of the Usos. You know what I mean? I've always been a fan of what they've done in the ring. They weren't the best talkers on the mic, but I am a fan of them because they are legitimately believe what they say, because that's how they actually act in real life. Like, the Usos, in ring, their characters in ring is the same in real life. They're no different. If you watch the if you watch, especially Up, Down, Down, that's the best way to get their personality, because they're always on their Up, Down, Down. And they act the same. They act exactly the same. So, but now fans are gonna be like, oh, I love the Usos. Oh, they're so cool. Oh, they're so good. I always liked the Usos. I never hated the Usos. I always loved the Usos. No. There's a lot of fans that are booing the Usos, and I guarantee you, just because they turn heel, people are gonna actually start liking the Usos, which is fine. I guess I understand it, but god damn, man, you can't just start liking someone because they're face or heel. That makes no fucking sense to me. After that, we see backstage, talking about, we see backstage, we see Randy Orton backstage, I should say, talking about Bray Wyatt. Nothing much to say here about that promo. Then you see Fandango. He's out on the ring. He's saying that that Tyler Breeze is unable to be here tonight because he's in Dubai, getting material for their upcoming fashion line, which I love that he done this, because of the fact that it explains why Tyler Breeze is not there, even though that's definitely not the case. He may just be backstage or whatever, but that's a great way. Keeping kayfabe alive. I love that. Just stay in kayfabe and just explain why that Tyler Breeze wasn't there, and I'm fine with that. Pretty much. Now, this segment here got a turn for the worse here. There was a woman in the ring with Fandango, and they started dancing in the ring. She started shaking her hips, and it got way too PG for me, the way that she was dancing. Then Kane comes out. He gets a nice pop coming out to the ring. Fandango wants Kane to feel the fire in the dance. Kane choke slams him, and Kane goes backstage. I guess Kane, he's been doing this the past couple weeks because he did this last week with the Milkman. And I guess my thought is that Kane is promised so many in-ring appearances in his SmackDown, because I'm pretty sure they not restructure contracts, but I'm pretty sure they restructured like some of the older guys' contracts for going to going to Raw or SmackDown. I'm pretty sure there was a little bit of restructuring there, but I believe Kane was and this is the most likely reason that he was promised so many in-ring appearances on SmackDown Live. That's my only other indication. They don't have nothing for him right now at this point in time, obviously. So I guess he was just promised so many, actual appearances to be in the ring. But they can be a lot more creative than what they did tonight, because this made no fucking sense whatsoever. This didn't do shit. This didn't build up. This didn't really help Fandango. This definitely ain't gonna help Kane, because Kane doesn't really need no help at all, because he's a fucking legend. But I mean, they could have been more creative than this. They could have been way more creative than this. How come they couldn't have Fandango already in the ring and Kane just come out for a squash match? It would have been the same exact thing. They could have like a 3-minute squash match on there, because the whole segment took about 3 minutes anyway. They could have just done a regular squash match. But no, they want to go with the PG route, with the ha route, which didn't get a laugh out of me at all. It didn't get not even a fucking chuckle out of me with this segment, because this segment was the devil's dick from the Devil's Hate Demon. Oh, God, what a horrible segment that was. And, there you go. Alright, so on to our next match. We have, before we get on to our next match, Kurt Hawkins will be here next week on SmackDown, which is good. Next match, we have Rhino and Heath Slater versus the Hype Bros. And another thing that's plagued SmackDown and also WWE in general, and I understand that they have to do this, they have to pay the bills, I get it, I understand it, but they need to better structure the way that their matches are done when they have fucking commercials in between matches. When a match has just started and when it's going on, you have a fucking commercial. You have a fucking commercial that's there. Now, I understand that the fans are there at the arena. They don't realize that the commercials are. And really, they are just doing it for the fans in the arena. The actual matches themselves. Because they, I know they're competing to the crowd at home. But mostly, when you're a professional wrestler, you want to focus on the audience that is there in the arena. You don't have anybody like back in WCW. Remember back in WCW during a match? Or not even, either during the match or coming out to the ring or after the match, they talk into that camera to talk to the audience at home. I used to love that shit. When you ever see Diamond Dallas Page, Harlem Heat especially, they're notorious for talking into the camera a lot. Chris Jericho, Eric Bischoff in the NWO, they're just synonymous for talking into the camera because they want to talk to the audience at home. They don't do that nowadays. Now, my point I'm trying to get to here is that these commercial breaks, they need to go. I mean, they don't need to go, but they need to, and like I said, they really can't. There's really nothing much that WWE can do because they have sponsors and their sponsors pay, for spots on the broadcast. I understand it. I get it. But they need to find a way to limit those commercials along with their matches. They need to find a way that, when they're making it interesting, possibly go to commercial then. Then when they come back, actually do the full match there at that time so no one will miss out on that match. It seemed like it's 70% commercials, 30% wrestling in WWE. But despite the fact, the match overall between Rhino and Heath Slater and the Hype Bros, Rhino and Heath Slater wins. Heath Slater had all 7 of his kids there and his wife there at ringside, which I thought was pretty funny. And that was it for that particular match, which was the main event of the night. The last wrestling match of the night, that was the main event. Then we have our last segment of the evening here, AJ Styles and Dean Ambrose in the ring, talking about the Backlash match, which I care about the match. I definitely care about the match itself, because I want to see I'm really more in care about the match to see if AJ Styles is going to win WWE Championship. if AJ Styles is going to be that first person from TNA, AJ Styles is the Sting of TNA. He is the Sting of TNA. But he's coming over, not necessarily in his prime, because he's not in his prime anymore, but he is still a fucking tremendous professional wrestler in AJ Styles. AJ Styles is not in his prime anymore, but he's definitely able to perform flawlessly pretty much in the ring still. I want to see if he's going to be that first guy to win the WWE Championship. Because that guy has never ever won the WWE Championship. Sting was that guy in WCW. You could say Ric Flair, but Ric Flair came over in 91. He wasn't there during WCW during the entire run. You know what I mean? You had Goldberg, but Goldberg won the World Heavyweight Championship. He didn't win the WWE Championship. You could say Eddie Guerrero, but Eddie Guerrero was never the guy in WCW. Sting was the guy in WCW. He was the number one guy from that point, you know, from the entire inception of WCW. AJ Styles is that guy. And he has a chance to win the WWE Championship. Remember I was just saying a few minutes ago about Apollo Crews? The championship? This is the championship to win. If AJ Styles were to win the Euros Championship, no, like, it would be cool, of course, because he'll be a top guy on the brand, but it's not the championship. This, AJ Styles has to be on the likes of being on with Bruno Sammartino, Bob Backlund, Superstar Billy Graham, Hulk Hogan, Macho Man Randy Savage, Andre the Giant, Shawn Michaels, Bret Hart, Stone Cold Steve Austin, The Rock, John Cena, Triple H, and I can go on and on and on and on and on with the history of the WWE Championship, but the point of the matter is, he's going to be in that realm if he wins the WWE Championship this Sunday on the WWE Network, on Backlash. Can that happen? I think it can. Do I think it is going to happen? I certainly hope so. I certainly hope that AJ Styles wins this match on Sunday. Overall, this promo was not good, though. You had AJ Styles given a trophy by Dean Ambrose. The way the show ends, AJ Styles kicks Dean Ambrose in the nuts. And not even 30 seconds after AJ Styles kicking Dean Ambrose in the nuts, the show ends. That's it. That is your build-up to Backlash. It's AJ Styles kicking Dean Ambrose in the nuts. Dean Ambrose hurting AJ Styles' nuts after AJ was going for a phenomenal forearm last week. That's your build-up, guys. It's nuts. It is nuts of this build-up. Now, overall, if I had to give SmackDown a rating out of 10, this is going to be probably a 5 out of 10. Not a good show overall. The things that I talked about with the Usos, you know, that is the number one thing of the night. They actually cut a promo backstage as well that I did not actually get to talk about, but pretty much the Usos, you know, they were backstage, and they pretty much just said that you know, we've been here for 6 years, you know, 6 years, and we don't, you know, we were trying to get the fans respect in WWE now. You know, they didn't say F that respect. They didn't say fuck the respect, but that's pretty much what it came down to. They said fuck the respect. We want to, you know, we're going to be our own now from this point forward here. So, which is cool from the Usos. But guys, like I said, I give this show overall 5 out of 10. What would you give this show? If you did like this video, definitely leave me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel. Be sure to follow me on Twitter and like Facebook page. And also, when you subscribe as well, you'll be seeing daily content from me on my channel every day. Wrestling news and rumors from Wednesdays through Sundays on my channel. And Monday and Tuesdays, you'll be getting my SmackDown and Raw reviews. But guys, please rate, please subscribe, please drop a comment. And I'll see you guys tomorrow for a wrestling news and rumors. For tomorrow will be the 7th of September. But you guys enjoy the rest of your evening. Peace out.